Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel Squarewave 2. I've done several videos on crystal radios, how to build them, how they work, and how to operate them. These have had a surprisingly good response. It seems like in this high-tech digital world, there are still a lot of folks interested in old-time technology. Several viewers have asked me to do a video on wave traps, and so here it is. First of all, what is a wave trap, also called a rejector circuit? It is a tuned circuit which presents a high impedance to the signal that it is resonant to, and therefore that signal is suppressed. So what does that mean to the crystal radio operator? Well, anyone who has used a crystal radio has probably encountered a strong local station which drowns out everything else on the band. The wave trap can be tuned to reject any frequency you choose on the band it was designed for. This way, a strong interfering station is blocked. You can even place two wave traps in series with your antenna to block two interfering stations. The trap I built is shown in a little book I highly recommend for beginners in this hobby. It is Radios That Work for Free by K.E. Edwards, published by Hope and Allen. The trap is basically two coils wound on the very same form, one on top of the other. Here's the illustration on page 117 showing the trap. This wave trap is two coils wound on a cardboard form 1.5 inches in diameter. First drop the secondary, indicated by an S in the diagram. It is 85 turns of number 32 gauge magnet wire. Over this, put a piece of paper and wrap the primary, indicated by a P in the diagram. It is 15 turns of number 24 gauge hookup wire. The primary is put in series with your antenna, and the secondary is in parallel with a tuning capacitor. The tuning capacitor would be 365 picofarads. Here's a photo of a standalone wave trap built by Mr. Edwards. I decided to build a crystal radio with a wave trap built in rather than freestanding, and here it is. The wave trap coil and the wave trap tuning capacitor are over here. This radio has an unusual feature. The main tuning coil, as you can see, is not the usual coil wound on a cardboard tube. Instead, I have used an antique plug-in coil form made by the Hammarlund Company. Theoretically, I could wind another one for a shortwave band and just plug it in. And of course, it has an antenna coupler. The little coil is connected directly to the antenna and the ground. This arrangement increases selectivity. When these old forms were made, the shortwave listener changed bands by plugging in a different coil, which of course he wound himself. Of course, the crystal radio has no speaker, so you're going to have to find a set of high impedance headphones. Here is a modern set I got from Antique Electronics. You connect it with a standard audio plug. It's okay, but you can do a lot better with something like this, an antique headphone set made by the Brandis Company. These old headphones have two little plugs which went into jacks on the old receivers. They are the authentic way to listen to a crystal radio, and they will outperform anything you can buy today. These old headphones are getting scarce and very expensive, but if you can find one, you will really appreciate its performance. There is one other possibility for the hobbyist on a tight budget, a crystal earpiece like this one. I wanted to make my new radio capable of using any type of earphone or crystal earpiece, so here's what I did. The standard audio plug goes into a jack here. The little metal plugs on the end of the antique earphones will go into a standard binding post like this. The binding post will also accept two wires from an earpiece. Building crystal radios is a fun hobby. The same simple circuit built by different hobbyists can look as different as night from day. I like to give all my radios a really sharp technical look. These logging scales were provided by Mr. Edwards in his book, Radios That Work for Free. Just make photocopies for all your projects. This is the trap control, and this is the main tuning control. That's all for now, folks. Thank you for watching, and get started on your Crystal Radio. It's a fun project for kids of all ages. And by the way, Mr. Dillon, my shop assistant, has completely recovered from his injury. He thanks you all for your prayers and good wishes.